a family. They were like, yeah, no, we're never going to save enough money to own a home. You mean save enough money? They're like, well, you need 20% down and home, $150,000, $160,000. You don't need 20% down. That's like a myth. I got divorced in 2006 and I bought my first home in 2010 by myself.
So what made you start the Lending Ladies?
You can actually build wealth with veteran home ownership benefits.
What to do to get a loan and buy a house. They're all like worried, stressed out. Give them an advice, what to do next. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of What is Your Story? My name is Louis, your host, and what we do on this podcast, we interview some amazing entrepreneurs, business owners, and nonprofits. And today we have the pleasure of having Rebecca Hill.
I'm excited to welcome. I like how you're like looking at your phone like you don't know me.
I do know you, but
I know you're
I gotta
Rebecca
introduce you right here.
Hill.
I'm excited to welcome owner of Lending Ladies with over 25 years of experience in the real estate and lending industry.
Yes.
Rebecca specializes in VA loans and is passionate about educating, empowering, and advocating for home ownership for all.
Yes.
She is also a mother, business owner, animal rights advocate, and public speaker, bringing heart and experience to everything she does. Everyone, welcome Rebecca Hill.
Yay!
Yay!
You missed soccer coach, referee. You missed a legislator. Like I go and like legislate on behalf of insurance. Oh gosh, insurance in California right now is crazy.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I meet with prospective the insurance commissioner Ben Allen is running right now, and so I have a great appointment with him next month. So I do a lot.
You got so much going on. I know, and you own not just one business, but maybe 4 or 5 businesses.
Well, how many websites do you have of mine, Louis?
Probably 7.
Yes, 7.
So
websites.
let's just focus on a couple.
No,
today. and your personal life.
Let's just do Lending Ladies.
What led you into the mortgage industry, Rebecca?
I think that sometimes jobs find you. You don't actually find jobs because you have this idea that you're going to be something or someone, and then something happens. So I was interviewing for a front desk receptionist at a lawyer's office or a mortgage company. And then I found out that my ex-boyfriend's mom worked at the lawyer's office. So my husband was like, you're working at the mortgage company. So that was like in 1998. And so that's how I got into the mortgage industry. We had paperwork. We'd write triplicate loan applications.
Yeah.
Typewriters. I don't know if you've been here long enough in this country to have
I was around when typewriters were around.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
In this country though?
Yeah, I had it.
Okay, you had a typewriter? Okay. Yeah, so typewriters, and so like you'd go to take an application, you'd be like, don't talk to me. Cause so I went through the whole, crazy. If you've never seen the movie, The Big Short, that's a great movie to figure out what was going on in like 2003, 2004.
Right.
And then 2008 hit and I went back to school and I was going to become a teacher. But then they told me I couldn't because of whatever. So then I went back into the mortgage industry again in 2010. And then, so I've been here since 1998 in the mortgage industry doing loans, doing transaction coordinating, real estate, all that kind of stuff. So.
That's amazing. So what made you start the Lending Ladies?
So about 2 years ago, I realized that there's a shortage of education for women and veterans. And I'm not a veteran, but I am a woman. So I was like, let me focus on what I can relate to.
Yeah.
Women, they don't actually get all the education that they need to empower to buy houses, right? But they are, single, married, divorced, that kind of scenario is going on. And they were getting interest rates at a higher level than men. And
I didn't know that.
yes, you can look on Fannie and Freddie,
Huh.
Magic, MGIC, which is an insurance company. They did all the research, and women were getting historically higher rates than men. And it's really
Interesting.
weird. Like, okay, if I said, at what year could a woman get a credit card by herself without a man signing? What year do you think that was? Like,
I don't know.
it was actually in the 90s.
Huh.
So like we're not as far as we think we are with women. So I was like, okay, let me focus on women educating and getting them into homes. I'm not going to treat a woman any differently than a man on a
Yeah,
loan application.
of course.
So that's how I started. That's how I started lending ladies.
I
Um,
love that name, by the way, Lending Ladies.
Right. And then we're going in, we're going into listing ladies
Yeah,
as
the Listing
well. So we're
Ladies.
going to educate and coach real estate agents.
Maybe next will be Coaching Ladies and
No, we got to start with the L's. We got to stay lending ladies,
oh, okay,
listing
okay.
ladies, lazy. I don't know. Anyhow, so yeah, that's how we opened up lending ladies.
Yeah.
Veterans as well. When you leave the military, it's not like a typical job. They don't go, oh, here's all your benefits. Here's your COBRA for the next 5 years. And I'm sure, like I said, I've never been a veteran before. I've never served, and thank you to all our veterans. I could not imagine
Yes.
doing that.
Yes.
When you leave the military, you're probably so excited that you're not going to risk your life anymore and that you can have your life back. Even if they did go over all your benefits, you probably wouldn't remember them anyhow. But you can actually build wealth with veteran home ownership
Hmm.
benefits. Once a year, as every year that the county loan limits increase, you can actually buy another primary residence. Now, you have to live there for 12 months.
Right.
But if you have $1 left in your entitlement for veterans, you can buy another home. And it's little down.
Right.
So people that understand this, they own 4, 5, 6 homes. Real estate agents don't even have a clue on how to sell this. They're like, oh no, you've already used your entitlement.
Right.
A veteran who's used their entitlement 20 years ago says, I don't have it left. But they're like not owning homes. And it's like, no, that entitlement's there forever. So it's
That's interesting.
yeah, no, nobody knows about it. And again, because of education. So
Can you give us an example of a woman that you helped to get into a home?
not a veteran, a woman, a veteran
Let's
woman.
start
No,
with the woman, and then we'll go with the veteran.
well,
Because I know you have
it
so much
wasn't
passion for helping women to get into home ownership.
right. And our passion as women and our passion as veterans, but like we just helped a family. We closed last month. We went skiing with them actually in
Oh, wow,
January.
that's nice.
And they were like, yeah, no, we're never going to save enough money to own a home. And I'm like, what do you mean save enough money? And they're like, well, you need 20% down and that's about, $150,000, $160,000. And I was like, you don't need 20% down. Like, that's like a myth.
That's a myth.
Yeah. It's like something that our parents used to tell us.
Yeah.
So, I said, you guys, let's get you guys a home this year. So, so I helped Dream build a little bit, and then we actually got them in. She wanted a single family, but she settled for a 2-story because it had everything that she wanted. But yeah, we just got them in last month, and it was amazing. I was there with their kids. They have 2 teenage boys, 13 and 11, and
Oh, that's
they've been
nice.
sharing an apartment room for the last 4 years, and they're getting bigger. And the first thing that they did is when they saw their rooms, their separate rooms, they rolled around on the ground. So it was funny.
Oh.
Now, I will tell you, for the first week, they still slept together in the same room,
Oh.
but at least they have the option of going to their own rooms. So
And that's thanks to you. You got a loan to get into that home.
it's just about educating people.
Right.
There's down payment assistance programs. Those aren't, they're available. They're not the best programs out there, but you can get into a home with 0 down. You can get into a home with 3% down, and not do an FHA loan. You can do 3.5% down and anywhere in between.
Right.
So I just had a lady come to me last month, and she's like, I have $1.5 million for a house. And I'm like, I don't want to work with you. And she's like, why? And I'm like, because you're not even asking the right questions.
Right.
Like why would you buy a house cash for $1.5 million? Like, why? You should have
Might as well invest that money and then
exactly.
get a loan.
And
you know.
I told her, I said, you need to get with a financial planner and see what your financial plans are. So it's about education.
Education.
Yeah.
So how did you learn all that? How
Well,
did you educate yourself?
as a loan processor for years and years and years, I got to do all the paperwork, all the back end house,
Right.
and so I know what the banks want to see, right? The lipstick on the pig is what I call it, right? They're like, yes, we want that, um, and that's how we got into the SBA lending as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's talk
um,
about that.
yeah.
SBA lending.
So SBA lending is for businesses for cash flow, for ideas. Um, we have a consulting company that has combined with the people there over 80 years of experience,
Nice.
and they also know what the banks want and what banks want what. So you can go into a bank and say, "Hey, I have this idea," and they'll say, "Yeah, fill this application," and then they'll be like, "Denied," and you're like, "Why?" And
Yeah,
so,
why?
yeah, so it's better to work with a consulting company, somebody that specializes in SBA loans, because I know what banks want what.
Hmm.
Like some banks won't touch gas stations. Some banks love gas stations. Some banks like local portfolios. So, local in Temecula, Marietta, um, a med spa, and these ladies were like, "Oh, we're going to grow our business," and, single or not single, they were married, but like suburban 40-year-old women wanting to, advance. I knew what bank wanted that loan in their portfolio. So they could say,
Mm.
"Look at us. We're helping out the community, and we're helping out moms, staying at home moms to increase their business." So, and that's just getting out there and talking to people. And
Right.
I'm good at
Yeah, of course.
that.
So SBA loans is mostly for businesses.
SBA loans are entirely for
Entirely
businesses,
for business.
but
Do you have to be in business like certain years
no,
before you can apply?
you can have a brand new business.
Okay, I didn't know that.
You can go based on projections.
Okay.
You do have to have 10 to 15% of your money down, of your own money, that you want to put in there. But like if you're going to buy a building, the building is going to be the collateral. So,
Okay.
and you want monies for, equipment, so you can work it out so that it is 10 to 15% of what you want, but
Hmm.
but it's actually only,
Can
5%.
can you help me understand how you helped somebody, get a loan, SBA loan, and they were able to use that money to, buy equipment, whatever, to increase their business?
So, going back to the med spa, they currently have a location, and they wanted to buy a building
Hmm.
and increase that, and then they wanted to get a couple machines.
Okay.
So we're talking 2.1, 2.2.
Hmm.
The property itself is worth 1.6. So they needed to bring in about $120,000, but we were going to give them $2.1 million to do everything that they need to do,
Got it.
including tenant improvements on the building. So, and you're looking like right now, like 6.5, 6.625 non-recourse, which means they really actually can't come after you for the loan. You have to close your corporation and close your business,
Oh,
and you
okay.
can't get an SBA loan for 7 more years, but non-recourse. So it's a little bit different.
Okay.
Commercial lending is the same thing. Like if someone wants a commercial building,
Is SBA loan like a 30 loan?
no, they're usually 10.
Oh, okay, 10.
They usually come with big prepayment penalties. So, like they do have prepayment penalties
Okay.
involved in them. They're a little bit different, but again, if you have an idea and you need funding, like there's people out there that can help you with SBA loans.
Right.
And Trump just increased the SBA lending loan limits. So I don't know if he just increased them to $10 million or over $10 million. But he's like, we want to put money into SBA loans. Now, he did put one caveat: you have to be a U.S. citizen and you cannot have any felonies. You cannot be on probation, which I mean, okay, you want to have a business, of
Well,
course,
yeah, of
yeah.
course, of course.
But before Trump did that, you could be like an I-10 or something, or a
Right.
resident alien. But now you have to be a U.S. citizen to get an SBA loan.
Interesting.
Yeah,
So do you see more women buying homes now
I see
and
a
getting
lot.
loans?
I see the biggest group, largest group of Hispanic homeowners, single
Hmm.
women homeowners, Latino couples, millennials. The biggest group is actually single women buying homes right now. So
Nice.
we can tap into that. But again, it's not just about helping single women. It's about educating, right? Like maybe today isn't at the time to buy your house, but come talk to me and I'll figure out a plan for you. Like if it's a
Hmm.
year or two, having homeownership is the biggest way to create wealth. It's the best, most
Definitely.
stable way to create wealth.
Yeah.
And for me, being a single mom, let me talk about me for a second. I got divorced in 2006 and I bought my first home in 2010 by myself. And I knew what my mortgage payment was going to be every month. I didn't have to worry about rent, right? I was able to raise all five of my kids. I have six now, but five of my kids back then. And, in a house. And there's something to be said about that versus an apartment, or a manufactured home. Yes, everyone, no one's going to judge, but it gives you pride to own your own home, right?
Right.
And so for me being a single mom, I was able to just count on my insurance, everything being exactly the same every month. So I knew exactly how much money I needed to make to take care of my family. So, and my mom was a
Right.
single mom and she owned a house, generational. And I it just gives people a different hope. It gives them a different outlook on life when
Yeah.
as a single mom you can have a house.
That's wonderful, I
How
think.
ma- how many women think, "Oh, I can't ever own a house." If you're paying more than $2,000 a month in rent, which in our area you
Hmm.
are, you can buy a house. You can.
Yeah.
You may not be able to buy it tomorrow, but if you get with a plan, you'll be able to do it within a certain amount of time.
There's single women are listening to this podcast right now. Talk to them in the camera and tell them.
You can buy a
There
house.
you go.
All you
You can
have
buy the house.
Yeah, you have to get a plan and you have to like have priorities and you have to, decide what you want. But yes, you can buy a house.
Wonderful. All right, so let's talk about Rebecca a little bit.
I
Rebecca
love talking.
Hill.
I love talking about Rebecca.
Tell us a little bit about Rebecca Hill, like your morning routine. What do you do in the morning? What motivates you?
Okay, I wake up at 5 o'clock every morning, and I really do, and I'm super excited to be alive. And it's kind of funny because energy wise, Lewis knows me, so he knows that I'm like this all the time. And even if accidentally I go to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning because I'm like hanging out, I'm still up at 5 or 6, like this excited
Yeah,
about life. Um, I meditate. This is a brand new thing for me. I love God. It is a brand new thing. It's been about 18 months. So I meditate, I read my Bible, I journal. Um,
nice.
I pray for very specific people, and there's some very specific people that God has told me to share those prayers with. So I take care of that all in the morning. And
At
then
5 in the morning.
yeah, at 5 o'clock in the morning. Yes, every morning, 5 o'clock. Um, and then I get a cup of coffee. And just recently, I've been only working out 3 days a week. I was working out 5 days a week because yeah. So 3 days a week I work out. It's kind of in the early afternoons, early mornings, late afternoons. And yeah, and then I sit at my computer. I have East Coast clients, so I have to be available to them at 6 a.m. And then I have clients in Hawaii, so they're 3 hours behind. So I'm always available via cell phone. One of our friends would tell me that I own a job, but that's okay. We're working on automations on stuff like that. But
Yeah,
sit in front of my computer, and if it's not a Saturday, I'm involved in AYSO, which means all
soccer.
all your Saturdays are over. And then I'm so involved it's AYSSO, which means all your Saturdays and Sundays are over. So every Saturday and Sunday during
So
soccer
you're a
season,
soccer coach.
I'm a soccer coach, I'm a referee instructor, I'm a coach instructor. I love giving
What
back.
age?
Um, well, my son is 11, so I've been kind of staying with that age group, but I've coached 14U, I've coached 8U, I've coached this year I have two 12U teams, a girl and a boy team.
I heard you guys went to the championship.
Oh yeah, this so funny. So I took this 10U girls team. They were terrible. I love them, but they were terrible. Because AYSO it's grassroots soccer, right? So and super encouraging, super just happy. Just told the girls, listen. They were very coachable. They all loved me. So we lost our first 3 games, but I was like, keep the space. You guys trust yourselves, trust each other. So we ended up making it to the championships, and we lost.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we lost. But like
Oh, no.
they went from like the last place team to like the second place team. It was so exciting.
That's exciting.
And like the difference that you make in those kids' lives, like
No, for sure.
every behind every successful person has a coach who believed in them first.
Yeah.
And that's why as adults we're still looking for coaches, right? We're still looking for that.
That gives you like hope and motivation, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And reassurance that you're on the right track.
And so tell me just briefly about your other businesses.
Well, like I said, I do Listing Ladies, which is a brand new business, real estate. I'm not doing any real estate personally. I mean, I'll help my friends out with real estate, but I want to coach them, teach them how to market. Because again, you take your classes and it's a great secondary income for stay-at-home moms. Like, hey, you could do real estate on the side, which I really believe in, for all women, to help with that supplemental income. But then no one teaches them what to do or how to get business, right? So that's where I come in. I have an amazing business partner. She's a guru with marketing. And so, and then we're just asking for like the first shot at the loan, right? Because that's what really we want to focus on. But marketing with Listing Ladies, coaching with Listing Ladies, and then lending ladies. And then I still have my processing company, of course.
Right.
Total Processing, which is just about the animal rescue. We do 4 spay neuter clinics a year.
Oh, okay.
We pay for that. I work with a local shelter. It's not a shelter. It's an actual nonprofit, a 501(c), spaying, neutering your pets, because a lot of people forget that part and have accidental litters and feral cat communities and stuff. So, and I will tell you, every great processor is a crazy cat lady. I've never met a
You're involved
processor.
in so much.
Yeah, well, I've never met a great loan processor that wasn't a crazy cat lady.
Why?
I don't know. I think it's just part of their title, like crazy cat lady loan processor.
Loan processor.
Yeah.
'Cause maybe you're on the computer all day long, like this, and then all the, cutie.
You have no idea. I think my first Zoom meeting with you, I had a cat in my head.
Probably.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It was like a feral cat. It was like I was all, and you're like, what is that? I'm like, I got it from Long Beach. I'm trying to make it
And then
human.
also you have a business in the Bay Area.
I do. We do own a bar are you talking? Well, okay, my business, my broker is in the Bay Area, so we do property management up there.
Yeah.
We're bringing the property management
But also
down
you
here.
own a bar as well.
Yes, but Sacramento.
That's kind of cool.
Is Sacramento the Bay Area?
Well, it's
like inland.
Yeah.
So yes,
Sacramento.
I do own a bar up there.
Northern California.
The best barbecue. I promise you, I guarantee you, it's the best barbecue you'll ever get. Poppies in Folsom.
Okay, if somebody's Sacramento listening right now, what's the name of it?
Poppies. Poppy.
Poppies, okay.
By the zoo. Down the street from the
Okay,
prison.
make sure you guys go there.
Yeah, no, really, it's really
Stop
good.
by and get some chicken wings.
Yeah, no, my cousin is the cook there, and we've gone around the country eating barbecue, and
Nice.
and it's kind of funny because I always tell people, I love my cousin's meat, and they go, what? And I go, I know that sounds so wrong, but it's true.
So you're in since you're into soccer, right? Just real quick, what's your favorite team right now? World Cup?
USA.
Okay, USA.
Yeah, some of us are from this country.
No, I know. But
USA.
But even
USA.
so, some people love other teams.
Yeah, because they're from other countries.
And tell us about any last minute thoughts if somebody's looking to get a woman specifically listening to this podcast right now, or a veteran, and they are like hesitant to get a loan or buy a house, what to do. They're all like worried, stressed out. Give them an advice on what to do next,
Well,
and then
the first
lastly,
thing to do.
but let's see, how can people reach you?
So what people usually do is like they decide that they want to buy a house, right? And they go to the internet. They go to the interwebs, is what I call it at my age, and they Google like how to buy a house, right?
Right.
And then agents come up, right? Real estate agents. But the first thing you should do is meet with a loan advocate who can actually teach you or tell you what you qualify for, and before you even reach out to a real estate agent, because the real estate agent isn't going to show you houses until they know what you're qualified for. And if they go to show you a house, then they're wasting their time, because, I would love a ranch, $2 million ranch, but that's not in my budget right now. So the first thing to do is to reach out to a loan advocate, somebody who's a a loan officer, whatever they call themselves,
Hmm.
and then and just figure out what's going on. And then the next thing you should do is reach out to a financial planner.
Right.
Those people love to talk to people. They want to educate, because you don't want to get into a house and be house poor, and 5 years later have to sell because you don't have any savings
Right.
or life insurance and stuff like that. I close all my loans in a trust. So I pay for a trust with all of my closed loans
Smart.
and houses, just because I know that protects the person that's buying that house,
Hmm.
right? And I definitely would love to have them have a life insurance policy, whether you're single or married, a life
Nice.
insurance policy and a contingent plan, because we're all gonna die. No,
Do you offer that
no,
life
yeah.
insurance?
Well, we work with people. We work with a lot of ladies that like work with that, but no, I don't offer that.
Okay.
But like I said, we're all gonna die, right? None of us made it out of here alive, except Elijah, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh
We're
yeah,
all gonna die. That's
yeah.
for sure.
So we're all gonna die.
We're all gonna die.
So what happens to your assets?
Yeah.
What if you want to leave those to your kids, or if you don't have any kids, if you want to leave them to your cats, like what happens? So once you
Leave it to
get
the
a
cats.
house, right? Now you need to go to the next step.
Yeah.
So
Did you ever hear a story if somebody left their assets to cats?
no, oh yeah,
Really?
oh yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah. So reverse mortgage. Okay, real fast story.
Yeah.
So I helped this lady with a reverse mortgage. She owned 3 homes.
Okay.
I actually cried when the reverse mortgage closed, because she wanted to die in her own home. She was given 6 months to live. She ended up living 8 months. And she had 3 beautiful homes. The one that she lived in, she could do the reverse mortgage in. So we pulled out enough cash so that she could pay somebody $8,000 a month. None of her family had to like front that money up front for her, and then reverse mortgages are great, honestly, for the right people.
Right.
And then when she passed away, the trust was actually left to take care of her cats. And then
What?
Yes, and then when the cats were deceased, then whatever was left, the cats got the big house, and the cats got the person to take care of the cats. Like one caretaker. And and
That's a crazy story.
oh yeah.
All right, Rebecca. Last minute thoughts and advice that you can give. One more before we end the show.
Just believe in yourself, like believe in your dreams, give God the glory, and just get educated on what you need to do next. Like
Perfect.
whatever your dreams are, just find the people that have done it, or find people that are an expert in that category, and just do it.
Perfect. Just do it. Okay. How can people reach you?
Oh, I'm all over. Thanks to Lewis. I have several websites, lendingladiesca.com. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Toto Processing, TOTO Processing.
Perfect.
And Facebook, Instagram, emails.
Amazing.
I mean, it's all there. So
Well, I really enjoyed having you on my podcast and my show. I think you inspired a lot of people out there, Rebecca. Definitely you have to come back and tell us what's future for Rebecca Hill.
okay.
All right.
Thanks for having me, Lewis.
Of course. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you guys for watching another episode of What is Your Story. We'll see you on the next one.